Everybody, good morning. It is Tuesday morning and I am checking in here. I've been walking here for a little bit. Then I'm going to start my workout, my weight workout. And I think what's today? It's Tuesday. Back and biceps, I think, is today. Okay, so I am so jazzed. There are so many of us doing this week, and it is so encouraging to read all of your comments coming in. Really good questions coming around, and I want to do a quick little roll call. Now, I want to let you know, I hope I don't butcher people's last names. I think I will, and I don't mean to at all, so forgive me if I mispronounce anything. And then also, if I don't read your name, please leave me another comment and let me know, because sometimes these comments don't show up when they're supposed to. And there were some that showed up today because I went looking for them from a couple of videos ago, and they, the YouTube never told me they were there. It never told me that they came in. So I never purposely ignore somebody. So just, either just be patient with me, I'll find you, or let me know, let me know that I didn't read you, and I would definitely want to acknowledge you. So thank you so much, everybody who's participating and watching, and even if you're not participating and you're here, I really appreciate you. All right, so I'm just going to read through people who came in the order pretty much that seems like they came in, going back to the first video, and that is number 1, Penny McConnell. Let's Get Fit with Sandy. Now, I will mention if you have a channel, so if I don't mention you have a channel and I don't know about it, please let me know so I can send people your way. Let's Get Fit with Sandy. Sandy has a marvelous channel. Check her out. Betsy Schonborn, I think. I hope I said that right, Betsy. If I didn't, please forgive me. Katie Miles, PJS. Barrett Pastor. Now, Barrett has a channel as well. You want to check her out and give her some love. Barrett, I'm not sure. She was kind of saying that she could use the challenge, but I don't know if she decided to do it or not. I hope so. KBJ, Cheryl Hernandez, Charlotte Welch, Unstuffing Marianne Dunham. Unstuffing Marianne Dunham. Marianne has a channel. She could use a little encouragement, I think. She had a really hard day on Monday, yesterday, and she said she had a little run-in with 7-Eleven, and she's back on it today, but we need to give her some encouragement because sometimes it's tough, I know. Okay, Blue Bonnet 101, Lisa Connor, WW Journey to Healthy. That is Jess's channel. If you don't know Jess, please check her out as well. She's amazing. Pam, My Time Is Now. I love that. Pam, I love that name. That's awesome. Karen Bradford, Deborah Field, Sandra Eller, Carol B., Lisa Arace. Lisa, I never know how to say your name, your last name. I like your name, but I know I'm mispronouncing it somehow. Lisa's been with me a long time, guys. I've been mispronouncing her name for a long time, and she's very forgiving. But I love Lisa. Patricia McLaughlin. I love Patricia. She's been with me for a while too, and she is my friend from across the pond. I hope I get to meet her one day. I don't know if that's possible. Skinny Jeans for Lifetime. That's Dee, my friend Dee. She is amazing. Check out her channel. Sarah B35. Suzanne Freeze. WW Smart Points. I have to say, WW Smart Points threw me off because I thought, is Weight Watchers writing me? It sounds so official. But I love it. Relentless Pursuit of Shade, who also has a channel. Please check her out. She's like the queen of running and very, very inspiring. Rosie Muro, Deborah B., Laney's Life. My friend Laney has a channel as well. Marcella is on a wonderful trip to Italy. She is not going to be able to join us this week, but she said she will be doing this when she gets back. So I have to live through her right now. I would love to go to Italy. All right, and Janie Gomez. Janie's been with me for a while too. I am so happy to have all of you guys in on this challenge. So with that, I want to address a question that came up, a really, really great question. Lisa Connor had asked if we were counting sugar alcohols. And my answer to that is no, we're not counting sugar alcohols for a few different reasons. I kind of wanted to just simplify it this week. And for that reason, I didn't want to count the total sugars that we were having, because there's all kinds of sugars that we could count. There's fruit sugars, there's the natural sugars. I mean, you can get, non-fat yogurt, and one serving is 7 sugars, but that's natural occurring sugar that's in the dairy itself, and there's no added sugar. And so certain sugars we actually need those kinds of carbs to function, and those are very helpful. And so I didn't want to, kind of encourage the mindset of limiting what we need to survive, but rather focus on the processed additives and the sugars that we really don't need in order to survive, the processed foods and things like that. So the obvious added sugar. And so I didn't want to focus on the other things for now. Now, sugar alcohols is something that I think is totally different. Sugar alcohols is different from artificial sweeteners. It doesn't operate the same way in the body. The artificial sweeteners would have like 0 effect on blood sugars, whereas sugar alcohols, you can have an abundance of those and it actually would have an effect on blood sugars. That's a totally different subject. Sugar alcohols are 1/2 to 1/3 less calories than regular sugar. They're metabolized differently in the body. So they use them a lot in like diet types of baked goods and things like that, Atkins bars and stuff like that, because they really won't give you that same kind of rise in your blood sugar unless you like overconsume them. So it is possible to gain weight overeating them. And that also might be because of the vehicle that they're in, right? I mean, they also have to be in some kind of cookie or something like that, which also has flour and maybe white flour in it or something. So, but the one thing about sugar alcohol is that, you can kind of recognize them. They're added into a lot of things, and some things maybe you might not even know about. But you can recognize them because most of them end with the TOL, right? Maltitol, sorbitol, xylitol, right? Except for HSH, it's some sort of like hydrolyzed starch. But anyway, I don't know. I am not familiar with seeing that too often, but sometimes it's out there. But in any case, okay, so sugar alcohols, I didn't really want to count them because sugar alcohols are added even into things like toothpaste and mouthwash, things like that. I mean, you could be counting those things. And, I don't think anybody's going to sit there and eat like a half a tube of toothpaste just to get a little sugar fix, I mean, if so, then I think we have another problem, right? Or drink a bottle of mouthwash just so we can get a little sugar fix. Well, I think maybe it's okay to have a square of chocolate, right, instead. But in any case, I have a funny little story to tell you. All right, so as far as like maltitol goes, xylitol is one. Before I get off on that story, I kind of wanted to warn you about xylitol because it's wonderful. Xylitol they put it in chewing gum, and it's supposed to be a lot better for your dental care. And I guess, it's a lot of people like it. You can buy xylitol in powdered bags and bake with it at home. But the one thing about that I have to caution you is if you have dogs in your home, you have to be especially careful that they never get into anything that has xylitol in it, and that's including gum, mints, baked goods, anything, because xylitol is especially toxic for dogs, and it really can kill them. So I actually don't buy that stuff. The only thing that I have it in, and I didn't know when I bought it, was my protein powder. My egg white protein powder does have xylitol in it, and I keep that high in a cupboard, but I never actually buy anything else with that in there, just because I'm thinking I don't want all of a sudden, what if I leave my purse on the ground and, and the gum is in there and the dog would get it or something like that. It's too risky for me to even have a poison like that anywhere, you know what I mean? And so the protein powder is the only thing, and I didn't know when I bought it that they had it in there. I do really love that egg white protein powder, but I do keep it on the highest shelf, locked up, so it's never actually in their way or anything like that. But anyways, I wanted to warn you about that. But anyway, I have a funny little maltitol story. Back in the 90s, right, the early 90s, when it was like everything was going low carb again, it's like every so many years, it has this big influx. And my husband and I were both doing low carb, right? And so we went out of town. Before we went out of town, we stopped at a sugar-free bakery, because I normally would get my dad some sort of a sugar-free cake or, something to chew on. He has a sweet tooth, but he doesn't do a lot of sugar, so he does some diabetic types of things. And I noticed when I was in the bakery, they had a little container of maltitol, and it was like a granulated sugar sweetener, right? And I thought, oh, that's neat. Look, it's I wasn't very familiar with it, and I said, it's a great sweetener, and we could just take it with us and put it in our coffee or our oatmeal or whatever, right? So I bought it, and we started eating it, like by the spoonfuls, in our oatmeal and our coffee, and after a while, I felt like, something was not feeling quite right in our digestive tract. And then right before we left to come home, we were both just not feeling really good. And we went over to Walmart and to get a few things before we hit the road. And they had boxes of low-carb candy bars that were on sale, right? And I turned over the candy bar and I read the ingredients, and the sweetener they used was maltitol, right? And I said, oh, this is great. I like maltitol, right? I'm familiar with that. We bought like 2 boxes of the candy bars because they were on such sale, right? And so all the way home, we're just thinking, we're eating candy bars like crazy, right? We're like, oh, I'm not feeling so good. Oh my goodness, I think we need to make another stop. Hand me another one of those candy bars, right? And my poor honey and I, we probably stopped, I want to say at least 5 times on a 5-hour drive. And we had to constantly stop, and we were going, what is happening? I'm just getting these horrible cramps, and we were just both doubled over. We couldn't wait to get home, and it didn't hit us until we were almost home that, now this was before Google, right, that maltitol was probably the ingredient that was taking this effect on us. And there we were shoveling it in, every time we turned around. Oh my goodness. And then after that, it seemed like we just kind of burned out our system on maltitol. So anytime we had anything that had the slightest bit of that in it, our body just rejected it fully. It just was like, you are not having this, and all those symptoms would come back instantly. And so ever since then, I just steer clear of it, as much as I can. I still haven't bought it. I don't have it if I can help it. But anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. All right, so I'll probably have the same breakfast that I had yesterday, because it's just easier, and it was really wonderful and very satisfying. So, okay, I got to get started doing some weights, and I'll check in with you guys later.